We're still on question 1, page 31. Before we proceed to the question, we need to annotate to proceed and always do this to understand before attempting the questions. So if we were to use these details and before attempting the question, there are certain things that we can already ascertain by looking at the statements. So if this experiment is about the hydrolysis of starch into maltose, we can first determine whether there's maltose present at the end of 15 minutes. So since there's no starch in the first place, even if there was an enzyme at 100 degrees Celsius, which is already denatured, X is denatured, then there will be no maltose at the end of the experiment. For tube 2, with the absence of starch, there will also be no maltose obtained. For tube 3, because the enzyme is denatured, enzyme is denatured, there will also be no maltose obtained. Finally, in tube 4 at 36 degrees Celsius, starch can work and therefore, X can work and therefore starch can be hydrolyzed into maltose. So here there is starch, but there is no X, so there is no maltose at the end. So even without this table, you will be able to understand in which setup X works in. And this is shown in the table that you have in the graph. In the page. So Benedict's test here is not used to indicate the presence of reducing sugar, but rather as an indication of starch digestion, i.e. the action of enzyme X. And these are the results. I'd like you to stop the video to proceed to attempt the question on your own.